Hello, everybody. This is Ken Double, the president of the Atlanta chapter of the American Theater Organ Society, and have we got a special event coming up this Sunday. It will be at Stephenson High School, 701 Stephenson Road in Stone Mountain, and it will be in the auditorium featuring our Grande Page pipe organ with Ben Forsthoffer, who comes to us from Eastern Pennsylvania at 3 p.m. Sunday, June 11th. Young Ben is going to be in concert, and this is something you are not going to want to miss. And right now, we have the opportunity to say hi to Ben Forsthoffer, who is in the midst of all kinds of things, not the least of which are preparations for the last of his final exams before he gets the weekend to come down to Atlanta and play the theater organ for us. Ben, welcome to our little interview session. We're delighted to have you here.
Well, thank you, Ken. I'm really looking forward to it.
We're going to have a great time at the Page organ on Sunday. And so let's just let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. The fact of the matter is, as we're talking to you about final examinations, is the fact that you're getting ready to complete what year in high school?
I'm getting ready to complete my sophomore year. I'll be going into my junior year in August.
Indeed. And you're how old?
I am 16. I'll be 17 in September.
So this then begs the question, in fact, the question we get all the time, are there young people interested in theater organ? The answer is obviously yes. Tell us, Ben, how did you get involved? How did you get introduced to the music of the theater organ?
So, going back to 2011, my grandparents actually took me up to Radio City for the Christmas Spectacular. And all I can remember is both consoles came out of their curtains at intermission. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my, what is this? I want to do that. And that was kind of my aha moment for discovering the theater.
Yeah, the aha moment, the wow moment, we all have them. And it's interesting. And so had you been taking music lessons up at that point, or did that start music lessons? What? Give me the genesis of your playing music.
So playing music, about a year later in 2012, I really didn't play any music. I just kind of plucked at the piano, kind of hit some notes here and there, and my parents then decided it's time to get music lessons, piano lessons. So I started that in 2012 and still continue to do it to this day.
Mm-hmm. And so if you were to balance theater organ, maybe classical organ, piano, what else? What percentage of all this makes up your total in music?
Well, I would say about 60% of it is organ, and 40% of it's piano.
Uh-huh. And one complements the other. There are some of us who never had a piano lesson in their life, and sometimes it shows. And then there are those who are terrific at both. Let's focus on the theater organ. You have played the Page pipe organ before.
That's right, I have. In 2018 and 2019, I was very fortunate to attend the SYA, and I remember it being very fiery and fast, jazzy instrument. Very fantastic instrument to play. I got a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Even better now. We have made some improvements since your last visit. And so that's exciting to hear that assessment come almost unprovoked, shall we say. Tell us a little bit about what you're planning to play for us Sunday.
So Sunday I'm planning to play a lot of things for you. It'll be mostly things from the Great American Songbook, Jerome Kern, Irving Berlin, Harold Arlen, that type of thing, and maybe you'll hear some Eric Coates, March or two, a few medleys, and that kind of thing.
Now, it's interesting to hear a 16-year-old talk about the Great American Songbook, which dates to the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. Do you also have a modern, maybe jazz influence or some other, what we would call more modern music that you're playing?
I would say so. A lot of my influence comes from the Boston Pops Orchestra. I really like the orchestral style they have. I do a lot of listening to their arrangements of things from the Great American Songbook, stuff like that, and jazz as well. And yeah.
So great. So you will be with us for the weekend. Does your summer bring on some other playing opportunities?
For this summer, I think that's all I have concert-wise, but I'm planning to go out to the SYA in Seattle this year. Planning on going to Carmex and San Filippo's, maybe.
Great.
But, yeah.
So Carmex is the lip balm company, and its owner and president is crazy about the theater organ. And San Filippo's, that's the peanut company, and the late Jasper Sanfilippo was crazy about the theater organ. And so those are wonderful places to go visit in the Chicago and Racine, Wisconsin area. Influences. Who has influenced you in terms of your approach to the theater organ?
So my biggest influence is my mentor, Jelani Eddington. I first met him in about 2018 is when we started taking lessons, and I remember from there I was a very young kid. You know, I really didn't know what to do with the theater organ, and he kind of just guided me and helped me, and he still does to this day, and I'm very grateful for it.
Sure. And who do you listen to?
Well, I listen to everybody. I listen to
Careful.
Jelani. I'll just everybody. I try to listen to everybody, truthfully.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of great players out there, and it's great that we have young players out there. So a reminder for those of you that are members of ATOS, or for those of you who just happened upon the website, it will be this coming Sunday, June 11th at 3 o'clock at the auditorium at Stephenson High School, 701 Stephenson Road in Stone Mountain. And you don't want to miss a very exciting and extremely talented young man who has taken to the theater pipe organ in great fashion. And we'll let the cat out of the bag, although it's private. They can't come with us on Monday, but you're going to get some time at Mighty Mo in the Fox Theater on Monday.
That's right. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of fun for sure. Ben Forsthoffer, great to visit with you. Really look forward to seeing you. Say hi to your mom and dad. And we hope to see all of you on Sunday afternoon, June 11th at 3 o'clock. All of it presented by the Atlanta chapter of the American Theater Organ Society. For Ben Forsthoffer, this is Ken Double. So long, everybody.